Welcome back to the channel. My name is Karis and you're watching You Don't Scare Me. Today we're going to be checking out 5 scary ghost videos that you shouldn't watch alone. It's January 10th, 2025, and holy crap has it been a 2025 already. Wow. LA fires, freaking Donald Trump, freaking the Minister of Canada, Greenland, Trudeau stepping down. This has been a wild ride already. We thought this year was going to pan out to be much better. You know, they always say, new year, new problems. And whatever. It's not why we're here. We're here to bust some ghosts. So, with the interest of not going mentally insane thinking about the news, let's go mentally insane thinking about dumb ghost videos. Got a different setup. Same one as Nick has. Got the annotation on the screen down below me. I got the screen here. I got the volume being absolutely blasted in my ear.
Should not watch alone.
Just nuke that volume.
7 years ago,
Actually, I can't really do that.
Nightmares YouTube channel moved to a new home with her husband and daughter. Almost immediately, they all noticed something was off. A heavy, unexplainable presence seemed to linger in the house. It wasn't long before the
God, I wish I lived in a haunted house.
Activity. Objects would move without reason, as if
like seriously, if anybody wanted to rent me a haunted house, like I will take a haunted house. Get a little bit of a discount because the place is haunted and you're going into the preconception that ghosts are real. I've seen so many of those shitty little
lurking in her home.
Was it Jamaican sculptures there? Everyone brings them back from Jamaica when they go on vacation. It's a tourist crap.
Objects in her bedroom moved without explanation.
But yeah, anyway, if the context was that the place was haunted and that means that it would be cheaper rent, I'm down. Okay, so right away, let me point something out. Okay, so she's got her room is set up. Okay, so let's say her room is a box. Okay, clearly her bed is, let's say it's on this wall here. Here's the closet. Her bedroom door is either here or here, and she's got a window on this side. Okay, so there's two ways to set up a camera in this room. You can set it up here if you intend to record this part of the room, or you can set it up here if you intend to record the doors. Sorry, I drew that really poorly. You'd be getting a full blanket coverage of the whole room. Okay, and so when you set up a camera like this specifically, right, let's go back to her bedroom here. She's not setting up a camera to record intruders or break-ins from her window. She's setting up a camera on the side of her bed to record just the closet. That's her intention. She isn't even fully covering her bed here. She's only covering a portion of it. So if her intention was to use that to cover maybe her sleep apnea or sleep like hallucinations and stuff, maybe she has sleepwalking issues, this would be the most inopportunistic way to set up your camera. You're not going to record anything but the main focus of the video, which is the closet here. Damn. So that tells me already that she has set up the scene for something paranormal to happen, and that happens to be in the center of the frame. That already shows cinematography, or cinematography direction, discrediting the video exponentially. The closet door is going to open. Let's go. You see, another thing that I've always noticed with ghost videos is that they never have fluid motions or anything like that. They almost seem to like struggle with it before it opens, right? Like sometimes you'll see doors that are whipped right open because like the spiritual energy is high enough. But there is so much space back here for somebody to grab onto the edge of the door and pull it this way. It's just not a thing.
This chilling movement went on for some time before the door slowly began to slide open. The door eerily moved to the right, revealing a closet that's full of clothes. By trying, Kathy wasn't able to find an explanation for this.
The explanation is that she was in the closet opening the door by pulling the door on the inside. There's nothing else to say. Okay, so same camera, same recording measure, same time up here. Okay, this is a month later, right? The last one was like November 19th or something, or November something. So this is a month later. Okay, but this is the same chronometer that they had on the previous clip, which suggests they moved the camera. Now, once again, let's identify. We have a bedroom. We have what's likely looks like a bathroom or another bedroom, okay? Presumably, the front door is over here. You've got a basement window here, so they're subgrade. This is the basement, okay? So let's just say maybe that there's a set of stairs that comes down here, as you normally would. You loop into the basement. You have a laptop here on the screen. My face is blocking it, but there may be a TV over here. So your valuable possession is right here. So it would make sense to record that valuable possession if that was the only thing that was down here. There's also what appears to be a Squid Games character over here. I don't know if you see that. Behind my face, let me just disable my face really quick here. Boom. Check it out. There's a projector that's on right now, which is interesting because there's a couch here and a couch here, and neither seem to be facing the projection area, which is it seems to be off screen here. So let's continue the video here and see what exactly they're looking at. Okay, so we're looking at this couch here. This couch the blanket is moving. Okay. And the lamp moves, okay? So the lamp is moving towards the point that the person, or where the movement is. Okay.
The camera in her basement
right.
Caught a sudden impression appear on her couch.
It wasn't a sudden impression. It was somebody down here pulling down on the blanket.
The cushion began to rise back into place, as if an unseen person.
That's somebody behind.
Then a lamp.
I just changed my I changed my color again.
Before getting knocked to the floor. This terrifying footage has.
Yeah, so it's what it is somebody's behind the camera. You know what? You could even have somebody who's the cushion is moving. I could have sworn there was a blanket there. Why is it suddenly a wider angle? Hang on. Hold the phone. Let's back this up a bit. I need to take another look at this. Okay, so
little did she know what this camera.
This was there is a blanket here. Okay, that is a blanket. You see the blanket. There is a blanket on this couch. Okay. Now pay attention to the time up here. Okay, we're gonna write it down here. It is 2024. Oh geez, I just outed myself for my terrible handwriting. 2024. Let's just go a little slower. 12/19. Jesus. And it is 15/22/35. Okay, that's our time, okay? Let's continue.
Would catch next.
Okay, so now it is, he said what she would catch next, okay? Look! 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 It's -1 hour. -1 hour. Almost exactly. It's recording 14, 15, 14, same day. So, okay, this wasn't captured next. Okay, this was recorded an hour before. The lamp is still up. Okay, the blanket is not here. The laptop and the projector haven't changed positions. That projector still seems to be on right now, which suggests to me that it's projecting whatever blob you're about to see here. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, so we're seeing a mist come out from this side of the camera, okay? This camera's on a low position, it's on a low table, okay, which gives you the entire left, or the entire right side of the depending on which perspective, if we're looking this way, the entire left side. So that just takes nothing for somebody to blow vape smoke over the bloody camera. Okay, bullshit. Yeah, it's just somebody blowing smoke across the screen. And again, that blanket is not there, so within the next hour, she will come and place that blanket down, and then record that. Okay, so again, this... Okay, let's try this, okay? Let's say this is the screen, okay? Now this suggests to me that the couches... let's try drawing this a little better. So you've got your main room here. There's a hallway in the back here. You've got a sectional sofa here. And then you have a space back behind where she's placed the camera. Maybe the camera's on a tripod and she's just walking back and forth, blowing smoke over the camera's lens. It's not a ghost. It's just, it's smoke.
As this
She's vaping behind it or something.
Began to appear out of nowhere. These transparent clouds of smoke seemed to manifest out of thin air and disappear just as quickly as they came. This strange phenomenon is just another thing to be added to the list of creepy shit that...
Also, hang your bloody picture straight. Holy crap, this is so crooked. No, that was all bullshit. Alright. Sorry guys, that's...
asking for people's thoughts. One night around 3 in the morning, the security camera in his
total bullshit.
detected motion.
There was nothing in there that was credible as a ghost video. There was all the framing was very specific, and everything, all the interactions happened on frame, in perfect view. This is camera compression.
In the dead of night, a strange figure can be seen standing on his back porch. This eerie silhouette suddenly darted forward, appearing to go directly into the...
Could be a bug on the lens.
The only problem, the sliding glass doors were closed and locked. Someone in the comments pointed out that this eerie silhouette resembles a little girl in a fairy dress, gripping...
No, you know what it looks like to me? Look. If I'm looking at it, you've got a bulbous shape here, a small head here, some protrusion here. If I try to rationalize some feet here, it's a penguin. You know what it looks like to me? The shape, like immediately my brain was like, it's the Dr. Seuss long-necked friggin' bird things. You know what I'm saying? Like those, they have like really long necks, and anyway, it looks like a Dr. Seuss character. It does appear to be materializing through the door here. Just drew some weird character there. It does appear to be materializing through the door here, but if I had to guess, this is actually just a bug on the lens, or something.
This back door open.
Some reflection on the lens.
What was lurking?
It could even be something off screen.
Did it go? Number 3.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't think it's a ghost though. I think it's probably just an artifact of like low compression, or a bug moving across the lens, or anything like that, like a spider. Spiders love the IR because it always attracts other insects, right? And so what happens is that insects will be drawn to the IR light because, you know, it's a source of light. Or like, you know,
as her daughter began crawling on the floor, her right leg suddenly lifted up and appeared to get yanked back. An invisible...
It did appear to be like that, but if I had to guess...
causing her to cry out shortly after. From the way her leg lifts up and moves backwards, this doesn't look like a natural movement for a baby.
No, it really doesn't. They don't really have the muscles to support their body at that age. Some children start to walk a little earlier than others, but a lot of the times they don't really have the muscle mass to actually like do that kind of movement.
Usually it just means you need to pack all your stuff and leave like yesterday.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. If I'm guessing, it's a baby with an underdeveloped motor cortex. I'm gonna say motor cortex. I'm probably wrong about that, but an underdeveloped brain trying to maneuver their body, and then created a large, more stronger motion than they expected.
At 2:30,
trying to move their leg back, but they ended up moving it too far because like they're learning how to operate their meat suits, you know.
down the dark hallway, and when she stood outside of her bathroom, she was shocked at what she saw.
I need help. I took this video at like 2:30 this morning, and
Okay.
I don't know what to do.
I'll help. What do you see?
Oh god, something's in the bathroom.
2:30 in the morning?
There's no way something is not in the bathroom downstairs.
Call the police. So there's somebody in that because the cats are going directly to it.
Almost 8 a.m. I'm not positive, but I have to imagine whatever it was is still in there. 1, what the heck could it be? 2, what do I do? Because I...
Call the police. You have an intruder. You have somebody breaking into your house. What do you mean? What do you do? You just started the video by asking me for help? I'm a viewer. I'm in my chair. I don't even know where you live. What am I supposed to do? Come over tonight, try to figure out where you live, triangulate your location, take a flight to Minnesota, kick in your... This would be hilarious if it was Minnesota. Kick in your door and, you know, you apply a force multiplier to whatever's in your bathroom? Bro, if you don't know there's something in your bathroom and the door handle's jingling, there's 2 options, okay? 1, it's a intruder. Yeah, I know. Don't just okay. All right. I shouldn't spell things on the screen. I can't spell good. I'm sorry. I'm dyslexia. Which is a never mind. Anyway, so you have an intruder who's busted into your house, broken in through your bathroom window or whatever, and is trying to gain entry to your domicile. Why they can't operate a door that locks from the inside? Beyond me. Second option, you left the window open, and as the wind blows, it rattles your door, right? You close the bathroom door, apparently. We don't. We leave the bathroom doors open until they're occupied. It sets a precedent for, you know, obviously, there's somebody inside the bathroom door is closed. That, or you dropped the massive bomb and you've destroyed that bathroom and it needs to ruminate for a bit. So, you've got your bathroom doors closed. Presumably there's a window inside of it or a vent in the roof, okay? And as the wind blows, it is forcing air down and expanding the envelope that is the sealed room that it is, okay? So as air is forced in, the air expands outward, right? And that forces on any entryway or gaps in the windows or gaps in the sills that will allow the air to escape through the bottoms and the top of the door, rattling the door in the process. That's a possibility. Realistically, you probably just left the window open, and every time the wind blows, it's just rattling the door.
Not opening that door.
The unmistakable sound.
The fact of the matter is that you feel threatened enough that you don't want to occupy or you don't want to go into that room, but you're not willing to call the police. I would call the police and say, there's somebody, like, here's a recording, there's somebody in my bathroom. There's either an animal, yeah. There's either an animal or a person who is attempting to gain entry to my domicile from the bathroom. I need you to send a squad out. They send the police out.
Whatever was there is probably still in there, so I'm gonna see if I can figure it out from the outside.
So you have a bathroom window. Correct.
And that window.
So it's a subgrade floor. It's a subgrade bathroom, which suggests to me that there's an entry point that's it's a basement window. That's perplexing to me. I don't.
No, the shade is down.
Uh-huh.
Why is the shade down? I need the shade to be up.
Well, the shade's down because it's a bathroom and it's subgrade, which means anybody who walks by can look down into your pooper.
Who agreed to come take a look with her endoscope camera. The plan was to slip this tiny camera under the door to get a glimpse of what was going on inside. But her next video wasn't exactly the update we were expecting.
All right, well, not quite the update I was expecting to give, but the bathroom was empty. So we couldn't get the camera under the door. We then just like set up a bunch of barricades to open the door and basically route whatever it was down the hall, and had the door to the garage open and then the garage door open, thinking we could like scurry it along. And my brother-in-law went in, he had like all the protective gear on, and yeah, he couldn't find anything. Looked under the sink, looked in the toilet, looked behind the washer and dryer.
It sounded like a dog eating a bone, it sounds like.
Marks anywhere on the bottom of the door. So at this point, the best guess is it was either in the heat vent, which is in the ceiling, which is up near the door, so kind of like where the sound was coming from.
All right, so I'm correct then.
Possibly in the ceiling or the wall. And all you people who think I need to like call someone to deal with paranormal, I'm just gonna like, that's not, I don't think that's happening. I think it's an animal. I think it's some kind of critter. It's just unfortunately is going to be an unsolved mystery for now.
Yeah,
didn't work out.
It's likely what I said. It's likely air being forced down the vent stack into the house through the wherever their ventilation is. They could have a wall ventilation that exhausts you know, the smells from your, you know, when you turn on your ceiling fan, it's not just venting into your ceiling, it's actually going through a vent stack and outside, and sometimes that vent stack can get stuck open. Maybe you know, a bird has made a nest in it, or a squirrel's wrenched it open to try to store nuts in it.
No, it isn't.
There's a window down there, and that window hopefully has the shade up. And that window hopefully has the shade up. Hopefully has the shade up.
This chilling voice came
So
through clear as day.
that sound, so when you put subtitles on the bottom of the screen, you're going to read those subtitles and you're going to hear what those subtitles say. Unfortunately, that's a part of your brain, okay? But what's actually happening there is she's probably has a skirt on the bottom of her door that's like a draft protection. What they kind of look like is they're like a small track like this with some felt material on the bottom, and that seats on the bottom of the entryways to prevent, you know, spiders, cockroaches, and, you know, various other pests from entering through the bottom of the door. And it also gives it a soft membrane so that it slides across the floor. And so what's probably happening is the corner of the door, if we're saying this is the whole door, okay, the corner of the door here, it makes full contact with this transition boundary. And so when she's closing the door, it's just dragging across the bottom rail of her door. Because if you look on the transition strips between front doors and outside doors, there is this ridged effect there. It's almost like a grip. Okay, and what's happening is when she closes the door, it's just dragging that felt material across and then striking all of these raised positions, and that basically causes a effect, you know, sound, and that's being picked up by the camera, and then the viewer is left to interpret based on the sound effect. Okay, if you go back and rewatch the video and, you know, block that portion of the, let's actually try something like that. I know it's not probably going to work because you've already heard the sound effect. Or you've already read the subtitles, so you're going to be listening for that particular sound, right? But let's just potentially
This chilling voice came
Shade up.
back it up here. Okay, let's just. That's going to take a while. I know you're going to be listening for it now because you've already read the subtitles. Okay. But let's just do this. Let's just run a little bit of an experiment and see if you can hear it again.
Hopefully has the shade up. And that
I still heard it, but you know what I mean? It's because I already have that already in my brain.
hopefully has the shade up.
this
Okay. It does sound like, it still sounds like, no, it isn't, but it's seriously not. It's likely just an ambient sound or something that was added in After Effects and then was applied to the video, like the subtitles were applied to the video. Nick has released a YouTube short on this. I don't know how easy it would be to find because he's released so many of them. It's kind of probably buried by now, but if you look it up, I can't quite recall what the terminology is called, but it's auditory hallucinations based on reading subtitles. This is your Google search, and you'll find
voice came
so many articles on it.
day, but at the time, Aaron didn't hear a thing. So far, there's been no explanation.
It's because there was nothing to hear.
Inside of that bathroom. But what do you think could have been?
I think that it's pretty obvious that there's air basically being forced into that room through the vent stack, through the pipes, through wherever, and that was just rattling the door because it's, you know, temperature differential or pressure differential based on applying additional
few years back,
air or lack of additional air. I don't think the vent would pull too much air out, but if there was a nice seal around that door,
around her.
Yeah, every time the wind blows, it would rattle the door.
She stood up from the floor when the light bulb in the ceiling fan suddenly burst directly over her head.
Electrical issues. It's probably an old light bulb.
She had to grab her phone that was ringing in her bedroom. She leaned the broom against the wall and headed towards the bedroom. But when she got back to the kitchen...
Actually, let me tell you about a phone call that I got a while back when I was living in Brampton. My brother, my sister, and I were all in the living room talking, and I got a phone call from a 647 number. And when I answered the phone call, I just answered it. I was like, hello. And it sounded like an echoey chamber, right? It sounded like somebody was, just echoing through, right? But after talking a couple more times, I realized that the audio that was coming through the phone had actually was my microphone's audio being transmitted through the speaker at the top. That person never called back, and it was essentially just like, it was almost as though I had called myself, which was super bizarre. There was kind of like a staticky voice in the background. So what I supposed was there was just a glitch and the microphone input was swapped for that call. And whoever was trying to communicate with me on the other end was coming through as like an ambient voice, just based on the fact that like it was trying to overlay the audio on top of, my microphone's, my microphone. Such a super bizarre situation, and I thought that was paranormal for the longest time, but as I got older, it just became less and less interesting and more likely to be a glitch. But
was now straight up in the middle of the room.
Do you have any video footage or photo footage of that? Because we're just taking that on, that's hearsay. It's hearsay until you see it yourself, and if they don't have proper footage of that, then it's nothing. It's anecdotal. I'm pretty sure I'm using that word correctly.
Okay, so I have been trying to...
Okay, so, yeah.
...video for at least 2 weeks.
Exposition, yeah. Just record it.
I have been seeing things move. Everybody thinks I'm nuts.
Nobody thinks you're nuts. Nobody cares. Nobody thinks you're nuts.
There's nobody here. My doggy.
Okay. So what are we recording? Pretty cluttered bedroom. Nice bathroom though, I suppose. What are we recording? What are we looking for? Okay. Yeah, nobody there. Cool. No cuts. I didn't see any cuts. No obvious cuts, at least. Interesting that they have a standing...
Come on, ghost.
Standing shower and a... The standing shower in the separate bathroom, or bath. It's kind of weird.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!
Ah, curious. Okay. I can tell you a couple ways that this could be done. Her reaction was pretty genuine. If I'm being honest with you, it's pretty genuine. So, what could be happening here is that the house is leaning towards one direction, and so therefore this drawer's natural resting position is to be open, and that could be simply like it's.
Oh my god!
It's not where the...
I'm not crazy.
Are you gonna show us the other side of the wall?
Spirit that's in her home, a drawer in the bathroom, mysterious.
So she wasn't staring at it, which is good. That direction,
leaving Celsa in shock. And as she slowly began to approach,
it retracts.
And she even managed to catch footage from another angle, showing that there was clearly no one else in the room. A month later, while she
Wait, where's that second footage though?
Something was once again lingering in the bathroom.
She didn't even talk about that.
It's okay, it's okay. Shh, sit down.
She didn't talk about that secondary footage. The drawer's open, okay. She didn't talk about that secondary camera at all. So it stands to reason that that was a replicated effect, okay?
Because
So now the credibility is down.
Really creepy. I'm so over it.
There's less credibility now. If it's the same drawer, watch, it's the same drawer. Okay. Okay, so now there's a couple issues that I have with this, okay? So the camera being recording this position here, she had a second camera already recording that area, which suggests to me that she already knew that this object was going to open. I was a little taken aback when it closed itself, and I know this is going to be really biased of me to say because of my preconceived notions to ghost or paranormal stuff. I don't necessarily think like those two videos were probably recorded separately. And what I mean by that is on two separate occasions. Because if I were spontaneously hearing something and trying to prove it, right? Like she said she was trying to record that thing from happening, right? She picked up her phone because she heard a noise and that she was going to see and try to record. So the fact that she had the predilection to set up an additional camera to record that exact perspective suggests to me that she was already privy to the fact that drawer was going to be opening. Okay, that's one direction. The second piece is the fact that the drawer has opened and then closed. It's obviously not, she's not reversing the footage because you see her standing there and she's walking forward and she's moving around and stuff. It would be pretty fucking obvious if the footage had been reversed at that point. However, what it says to me is there's likely and potentially a hole in the wall behind this vanity. And now the reason I say that is because it is totally within the realm of possibility that somebody is in whatever laundry room is next to them and has reached through the wall and is pushing open this one and only drawer. You know, it's kind of a bit odd that this is the only drawer that opens, right? So is it a ghost? Probably not. It's likely somebody, you know, messing with them. There's already a drill down here, which suggests that there's some kind of construction work or modifications being presented to the house or done to the house. Maybe they're renovating the next room over, and they thought it'd be funny to throw this ghost video up there. And the preconceived stories that we were given prior to this don't really have much credibility, mostly just because we don't have any footage or any visuals of that. You're telling me that there was a broom that was standing up on its own and you weren't able to get a camera and take a picture of it or a video of it? It seems a little silly. You know, I can understand if the broom had fallen over by that point, but you could still record the floor and be like, this broom was standing up on its own. I'm just recording it to continue to see if it moves again. So the stories that were told before aren't really credible, and then this video footage isn't really credible either because one, it's the exact same drawer that's opening the second time, as well as the fact that, you know, she had that camera set up and didn't tell us about it, and then attempted to pass it off as if she had the second camera set up and just in case something happened. So you have two cameras recording the exact same focal point. It's cinematic direction, and that kind of reduces its credibility. God damn it. So now a second drawer is opened.
Can you stop, please? Sometimes things get thrown off the counter. Sometimes the water gets...
Could be the same thing still.
Sorry, turned on.
Could still be the same thing. It could still be somebody behind the wall pushing open the doors.
Is it Lucy?
Nobody can fit under there in a normal circumstance, so I'm not suggesting that... Yeah, see, the dog's looking out there, not looking at what's happening in here, which suggests to me that there's some presence outside of the bedroom that is interacting with these objects. Now, look, it probably takes time for him to move over to the second drawer. Watch the second drawer close, yeah. He's got to get into position and to pull the second drawer. If they all open at the same time and close at the same time, it'd be more credible. But yeah, we already know there's nothing under there. It's fine. Show us the other door. Show us the wall on the other side. Watch the drawer open and fucking smoke her in the face. Yeah, there's nothing under here. The back of the vanity appears to be MDF. It appears to be solid. Which kind of throws a wrench in what my suggestion is.
And once you began recording,
But
the same drawer opened completely on its own. Soon after,
followed by the second drawer. Yeah, but the time it takes for both of those drawers to open and close, they both close at the same rate. It's almost like he has to pull his arm back out, move over to the second one, and pull the other drawer in. Like there's only one person who's operating this. Again, she has her camera set up and recording. It's a Waze camera or some kind of, there's a chronometer down here to show the ambient, or to show the time scale. Oh, it is. It's Waze. It's under my face.
Where is it?
It's under my face. It's a Waze camera, so it's the same system as I use.
Oh, it's right here.
This kid has got poor acting.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Mama! The door is open again! Oh my god.
Terrible. Poor acting. Kids never act correctly.
camera in her living room
Oh my god!
that can only be described.
Oh my god! No, sorry. It's... That scene ruined its credibility. She's just trying to get her own Paranormal Activity video and Netflix special. Oh, the Peeping Tom. The Peeping Tom is a classic. He's right here. Okay. The Peeping Tom is a classic for cinema horror. And what it is it's this mystery, like this mystery aspect of what's behind this wall, and then you only see the head pointing out. It's a cinematography. I want to say cinematographic or something. It's a direction or directing point. Let's just say. It's basically just somebody. Oh, jeez. I'm just trying to, like, my brain is melting right now. I'm just so drained. Peering around the corner is a creep factor. It's a creep factor in many horror movies. So me seeing this suggests to me that this is a creep factor in cinematography. It's somebody who set up a camera, is recording down the hall. Again, the focal point, the scene is in frame, okay? This makes more sense because we're finally recording an entry point for security reasons. You know, there's no Waze camera logos on here, and there's no chronometer in the bottom corner, so it's either the scene has been cropped or this is now a cell phone or something that's sitting upright. The fact that the camera's logo is no longer baked into the program or baked into the video suggests to me that it's a filter that's being applied over top of something, or they've cropped it out.
Figure suddenly from behind a wall.
Yeah, the credibility here is depreciated as well because again, it's in frame. It happens to be in frame.
Completely.
It's just a kid.
It continued to peek out, revealing a solid black.
This is the last video. This is perfect. But so the way that IR cameras work, so you have your IR camera, okay, and they have a maximum range where they cast the IR light out of the device, and then what happens is the object that it's in reference, the light will be out, will hit the object, and then return to the iris of the camera, and then that camera then interprets the data, sends that to a computer, and that computer then translates the image into what you're seeing on your screen. Okay, now the maximum range that this IR can cast out is something to the effect of 300 meters, and don't totally quote me on that. It depends on the power of the camera. Waze cameras and like small hobby cameras like that, where you know your own personal security systems. The issue is that they're a low power device, and so the lower the voltage, the lower the light that's being cast out, reflected, and rebounded. So the reason I say this is because the entire principle to the camera here is that this object back here is shadowed by the fact that the camera, which is casting light this way, is not able to reach this and properly return to the camera. So this area here appears to be darker than it would normally. Okay, you can see like the mirror is in focus, this light's in focus, the wall's in focus, this object, the side of this shiny metal material here is casting light back very efficiently. This white door here is casting it back efficiently, but then everything over here, all the light is being cast into the darkness, and then the camera is not able to retrieve that information. It's not able to bring that light back into it, so it doesn't see anything. So anybody could be standing back here in darker colored clothing. In fact, you can kind of see maybe a shoulder here as well as some like longer hair. So this suggests to me that this is the kid that was in that shot earlier, peering around the corner wearing darker clothing, because darker clothing is not going to reflect the light as easily as you know, the white door or this metal here. So yeah, it suggests to me, there's also, you can also see the IR, I think the IR lens here in the reflection, it's pretty bright, but it suggests to me that this is just a person in darker clothing, just outside the reach of the camera's light. And then the fact that it peers around the corner, and then there's a little bit of compression around that area because obviously it's a low light situation, so the camera is recording, you know, this full frame, and then is only turning on, oh, there's something moving, so it's turning on the center of the screen. But because there's not enough light, it takes less, like, you know, 0.8 seconds for the light to transmit, hit the object, bounce wherever it needs to bounce, or to return to the, actually it's probably direct, it would be a direct return, because otherwise it wouldn't be able to interpret it properly. But that light returning to the iris probably takes a couple of seconds, like 0.8 seconds, and so it's not kicking on and recording. The second time it appears, you know, it's here, and the camera's already rolling on this area in 30-second clips. 30-second clips, because that's how the Waze camera works. You can extend that with a premium service. I don't, because I don't care. So
No visible features.
No visible features because it's too far away for the camera to actually see it.
Are made of. But if we try to look on the bright side, maybe this ghostly apparition was just playing peekaboo.
No.
Make sure to follow me on Instagram to hear more.
Cool. All right. Well, that's gonna do it for today. There were no paranormal ghosts. There were no ghosts. Sorry, there was no. It was paranormal because it was abnormal, but it was not. There were no ghosts in this footage. So, top 5 scary ghost videos. They are not. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for checking us out. If you guys like what we do, hit the subscribe button. Maybe drop us a like or a comment below on what you think we could be doing better. If you have any suggestions for any videos, we had one a little while ago, which is nice. But send us an email at youdontscaremeyt@gmail.com, or post them in the comments below, or direct message us even. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, love you. Bye.